Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here. We're going into Alliance War Season 34 War number 2. We got Miss-Tic, Dispersion, and play on the map. These are the defenders. We got a few of these matchups today that I'm going to be taking. And then we also have Alliance War Defiance as our offensive tactic, and I'm going to be using one of these champions, and I'm going to show how well he can do. So this is a little overview. I have 5 fights with Thing, 2 with Masacre, and 1 with Nebula. We're up against SSx-1 Savage Squad. This is a very solid alliance. We have to play well to compete against these guys. And here, just going to showcase the map that they gave us as far as defenders. I'm obviously watching my war videos. I'm in BG2, so this is the map that I'm going to be attacking on. And you know, we didn't have our best war, but neither did they, and it was an interesting one, let's just say that. And yeah, so there you go. And as far as the bans go, they banned Ghost, Torch, and Quake, which is typically what we've been seeing this season. I'm going up path 2. It's got the Strike, Counter, Fury, and Power Struggle. SymSupreme is one of the Miss-Tic defenders, and we're just going with Thing. We're going to ignore Strike, Counter, and we're just going to go to town on this guy as fast as we can. We're going to try not to ever Dex so that we don't trigger the miss, which we'd have to wait 4 seconds. But we're going to let those Furies build up. They're going to trigger protection every time he touches us that is not up. And you know, I think it's just Petrify 1 out of 3, so he gets a little bit less power while I'm hitting under the stun from his passive combat power gain. But it's pretty slow, and you can see rank 4 Thing has already done 50% health before pretty much he gets a bar of power. And then we're going to bait this out, possibly. I'm trying to think if he threw a special or not. He might not have. And yeah, I don't know that he actually did throw. There we go. There, he threw 1 special, and we're gonna finish him off right there. Less than a minute. Thing just smashes SymSupreme. Pretty simple, straightforward fight. Just really don't have to worry about a lot of anything. Similar situation here. We got a rank 4 Hercules on the Strike Counter, Brute Force, Power Focus 1, so node 14. Really the only thing that I'm going to be concerned with is, you know, when we knock him out, he's most likely going to go immortal. I do have Assassins 2 out of 5, so there is a chance that it could, then, you know, the knockout blow could bypass the immortality, but in this case it does not. We do get those taunts on. I was wondering if those taunts would actually prevent the protection from coming up, but I don't think it does. And I don't think we actually end up blocking a lot there. I do counter his special 1 a little bit early, gets smacked, didn't do much damage, but we are healing back from that taunt that he has on us, which is nice. And we're just going to keep pushing him, you know, full combos, special 1. If he throws it, great. If he doesn't, we'll just get a parry, trigger protection, and then just keep hammering away. Now this is a little bit longer fight. We don't have the class advantage. You know, I don't have the Furies built up. I don't have Torch on the team. Torch usually makes the ramp up of Thing significantly faster. But you can see I just keep getting to 20, and then before it expires, I take a block, and then it goes back to 20. So I'm sticking at 17 Furies or whatever. So if Hercules is pretty aggressive, then I don't get those conversions, which is, it's not the biggest deal. But here we go. We actually ended up pushing him to special 2 because he wasn't going to throw the special 1. There's the knockout blow, immortal. We're just going to hammer into the block to take off some of the time on that immortality. And yeah, just keep smashing away. We're back off, it's off, and then we just throw the special 3. little bit of time here to take as far as like wartime, but no big deal. Didn't have to like get an intercept or get a parry or wait for that, and we just get the KO, almost full health with Thing, and yeah, he works really well for most strike counter fights. So here we have ManThing, no 20. I know that no 20 can be quite annoying depending on the defender and whatnot. So I've taken ManThing a number of times. I have yet to take him with the Miss-Tic Dispersion tactic. So this is the first time. When I dueled this guy, he had suicides and stuff on, so I know he had changed masteries after he placed, and he didn't have any Mystic Dispersion, but you can see I dexed on purpose, 1 to trigger the miss, and then 2 to see how much MD he had, and it looks like he has max MD, which can be really annoying on this fight. So I do need to be really mindful of how many pistols get put on me from his special attacks, because when those fall off, they can really shoot him up a ton of power with max MD. So I'm trying to bait out a special here, and he is just not having it. We also got the static defense, and they hit me, I dare you. That stuff doesn't really matter so much because Thing is shock immune. We do have a White Magneto guidance on this fight, so that we can get the passive stuns. So we're really not going to do anything that will trigger Masochism. The only thing that we have going here is strike counter. So strike counter is going to just continually enable protection, where we pretty much can't take any damage in this fight because we're just letting those furies build up like crazy. Thing is max sig. So besides that and the Mystic, you can see I triggered a fall off of the precision. It has that 4-second miss. We just kind of wait it out, and we're just gonna keep repeating. We'll take a few block hits here and there. You know, that block on that special is just to trigger protection. You know, but yeah, here we got 3 of those pistols. There's 1. We got 2 more coming. I do get hit there. Triggers the Unstoppable, which is another buff that can give him power. Pistols fall off, Unstoppable falls off, triggers the miss. You know, I'm like, ugh, this guy is being, I don't know, I felt like he was being pretty passive as far as AI goes. And then here we're back in the corner, and I do not want to get hit. I've been in this situation before. Last season I actually died because I got distracted with my family when I was at a zoo and whatnot. But here we're just trying to stay focused, stay calm. We got protection up. We just need to, you know, play a little Quake dance pretty much. We can block, and we just need to get this guy to throw a special, and we're just dancing there. Finally he throws a special. We just block it, and then we go back to town. 1 hit, trigger the miss, and then again, boom, trigger protection. Protection's up. You know, we're taking like no damage, which is really awesome. Now, if we got special 3'd, it'd be another story. Like, we'd probably take no damage from the special 3 if we had protection up, but the poison that comes off of it, it's longer than the duration of the protection, and that can really jack you up, because right now he's at 99 furies. Like, it'd be like 1 tick of the poison would pretty much almost kill you. So a little bit sketchy. This fight did not go nearly as quick as I thought it might go. The Mystic miss is quite annoying. Is it as bad as Unstoppable Armor? Absolutely not. But still annoying. And I think the only mistake that I made was underestimating this to where I didn't put on Liquid Courage and Double Edge, because if I would have done that, this fight would have gone basically 60% faster. So like right now it's gonna take over 4 minutes. Here another pistol falls off, and it just pushes him right below 3 bars. I got kind of lucky there. But yeah, this is a long fight, and you know, I've done this a lot in last season where I had suicides on, and it makes it go so much faster, and you can heal from the poison. But we do get it down. We took a couple hits in there. We did have the invulnerability boost, and yeah, B91's ManThing goes down. So stupid Note 20. And there's plenty of other options on that, and we'll probably exploring other alternatives. Although Thing does work, and I'm comfortable doing that fight, but it is quite annoying when the AI is passive. So here, Note 22. So now I was not scheduled for this fight. So this was, and just to preface, this was on Memorial Day weekend, and so we had a lot of availability issues with people having vacations and you know, doing stuff with family, including myself. And so one of the guys that we had assigned this to be a Mr. Fantastic fight with the white mags, but Sherry, he was occupied and he was going to be unavailable for quite a long time, because our war plan came out really late, because myself and my two other buddies that we normally all tag team with, we all couldn't plan at the beginning. So this plan came out late, and I was like, you know what? We can't wait for Sherry all day. I am confident that Masacre will absolutely rinse this Peni Parker. So we're gonna go in. Masacre is a Defiance champ, so Power Snack doesn't happen. I can't get any buffs. Backup recovery, I do need to be mindful of that, and then Outlast, yeah. And then it's just a regular Peni fight. Now Peni is super annoying. Gotta knock down the shield, but the nice thing with Masacre against Peni is when you're knocking down the shield, hitting into the block, you're also building up the bat, and if you have the bat lit, you gain power. Now there, I just played bad and got hit by the special one. We triggered the backup recovery, and you're just gonna keep throwing some special ones. I kind of wanted her to go to special 2, just because there we're getting the power drain debuff on us, taking some damage, but it wasn't that bad. You know, it's ticking for 104, and we're getting 99. So I mean, but it seems like the ticks are like double the speed. But we're just gonna keep hitting into the block and then throw L2s. The cool thing is when the bat is lit and we try to incinerate, if they're immune, boom, they're taking instant damage instead of getting the dot damage, and that's 28.59 a tick. It's a lot of damage per hit extra. So yeah, we're just smashing away. We got the bat lit, hit into the block, boom, special 2 into the block and dead. So we did take some damage there. We got hit once, and we took some power burn stuff, but Masacre works really well. Don't need any pre-fights or any synergies or any of that stuff. So now we have Note 24 of a rank 4 Apocalypse. Nebula is, I think, the easiest and the best counter for this node. Aspect of Evolution, E.M.P, Burden of Might, Bubble Shield. So Bubble Shield, got to worry about those 10th hits into the block. Burden of Might, you're not really going to gain power, but I'm going to try to Dex and then on purpose so that he gets the E.M.P charges, because when he throws a special, they get thrown back to me. I've done this fight numerous times with Nebula, and I've never failed. Knocking on wood. We got an interesting fight here. So, you know, I took this fight I think twice in the off season, unboosted. You can see, boom, he throws a special. We get 20 charges. Boom, parry, lots of damage, and then just kind of keep repeating that cycle, and then just pay attention to the bubble shield counters. You can see I have 5 right now. I want him to throw a special 1, and I can get some more charges, but he's playing a little bit passive. I'm kind of building up some, holding the block, but like this guy, he just was not having it. I'm like, okay, come on. So finally we parry, do a little heavy, get an extra shock on him. All right, now we're at 7. He still hasn't thrown, so I'm just like, you know what? You can throw the special 2, and I'll just block it. Block 3 bubbles, He's still not throwing a special. The AI on this guy is just being, and then boom, right there. That was a mistake. I thought I was dashing back, and I know now that if he throws this, I have to fully dex it, and I do my spacing, and I swear I was dashing back, triple dex on that, and it was a triple block. And that third hit just annihilated me. Just terrible. So there's my first Deathless Season. Deathless Season is out the window. Yeah, I was pretty upset about this one because I was like, this was probably one of the easier fights that I was less concerned with on the map, and I totally blew it. Totally blew it. So we go in, throw in one of those new fancy revives that gives us 40% health, which is nice in these situations, but yeah. And I think we only have to get one special off on this guy, I think. Maybe it's two. Because we've got 2 E.M.P charges, so that's going to give us 10. He would throw it there, finally throws it. So now we got there 18. We hold block up to 20. 1 block, 20 charges. And he's got 2 E.M.P charges again. I think we're going to let him throw one more special one. And we're going to get some charges, I think. Or do we just combo him out? I think we might just combo him out. Yeah. Oh, what a disappointment. I totally blew it for our team. I was pretty upset about that one. That was our first death in the battle group, and it kind of went downhill from there. Now here we have a SuperSkrull. So I really wanted to bring. I ranked up my ManThing to rank 3, and I really wanted to take him on this fight because I think he would be excellent option to counter. But we just couldn't fit him in with me needing to bring in Masacre for a bunch of stuff, and then Nebula for that E.M.P, Apoc. So I'm just like, you know, I can do it with Thing. Now, the one thing that the strategy that I have for this fight is that I want to try to equalize the armors and the furies. And what I mean by that is, like, you know, when he hits into you, he can get a fury. When you hit into him, he can get armor up. And there's, you know, there's a little bit of a down window when he's gaining those buffs and stuff. And then there I make a huge mistake. I thought I would throw the special one and it would finish before the falter timer that SuperSkrull has. Does not. I get tagged. So yeah, not a good start. But I want to keep those equal, or as equal as possible. I don't want to get a whole bunch of furies. I don't want to get a whole bunch of armor ups, because when he throws his specials, you know, he converts them. He can, if he gets, and I can't remember which one is which, but if he gets so many, he can get be fully unblockable. And if that happens, especially if he's got the special 2, that could be really problematic, because he can burn you. Like, I do not have his special 2 dex down. Now there, you know, I generally do okay with the special 1, but I totally ate that one. So it's not looking good. Like, the health, we're about even. And even's not good when you're 1 minute and 30 into the fight. But the damage is not great, although I am max Fury now with Thing. Now there, he is fully unblockable. We throw the special, trying to get out of the corner, throw another one, because we don't want to be pinned, and we get the falters. Yeah, and I just keep missing blocks. I'm not paying attention to both his falters, the global falter from the miss, and I hear him trying to get out of the corner, and I just overlook his own miss again, and we're very close to assassins, which is not good. And we're backed up. Now we're gonna get the global miss again. Back up, parry, and I thought I could sneak in an attack and combo him. Nope, missed it. And here we're gonna go to special 3 and save it so that we can get out of this corner. We got the falter on us. We're just gonna throw this to remove the falter, to get out of the corner, And luckily the falter and like the energy vulnerability debuff that comes after this has been giving us some willpower healing. So we've been able to stay out of the assassin's range where, you know, we know that our parries and stuff will still work 100%. We don't want to push him to special 2. He's being really stingy. The unblockable buff from the special 3 fell off. We triggered the miss, which is nice. Now I can just combo him. I feel like, okay, I got this fight under control, even though it's gone way too long. Definitely Thing is not great here, and all of the missing is really, there's a lot to keep track of there again. But we do finish this out, and we do get the solo. Super ugly, super long. I mean, this fight almost went as long as the ManThing fight. Here we're gonna get the miss again from him. Remove it, boom, we just throw the special 2 to get out. We start hammering away, and we got the global in play again, but we knocked 4 minutes. That was a nightmare of a fight. And that was like back-to-back fights. I thought I was going to die twice in a row. But we clutched it out. And that's all that matters. We got through it. We go throw in 3 health potions into Thing to heal him up. Now we have another Miss-Tic Defender Silver Surfer. It's a rank 4. You know, I've taken this fight a lot when it used to have the... oh, I can't remember the energy, the global before unstoppable armor where you get energy damage. I can't remember what that one was called, but that one was also a pain in the butt. Now, this one is not that bad. Like, I feel like generally the Miss-Tic dispersion tactic, you can work around it pretty well. There, we threw a special. That buff from the special fell off, triggered the Miss-Tic, and then, you know, we can start hammering on him. But he threw a special 1 with the armors. So he's got 2 armors, and I want to get those off him, because do not ever underestimate the potency of Silver Surfer's armor ups, especially 2 of them. Because if you're not doing dot damage or anything else, like, those armors are potent, and you can do very, very, very minimal damage. So we let those fall off. And then we're just going to go back to town. Now, this has buffet. Doesn't matter. We just got to kill this guy's health pool once, because he cannot regen, because Thing cannot be nullified from buffet. Can't be nullified at all. And, yeah, it's just a Silver Surfer fight. So generally, what I want to do here is I just want to keep pushing him as much as possible to the special 2. And why? Is because we just don't want him to get a lot of buffs. Because if he gets a bunch of unique buffs, then he can go fully unblockable on the special 2. If you get cornered, if he's not throwing, it can be problematic. Special 1, it's not bad, but you just don't want him throwing those to get the extra power gain, which is going to give him more specials. The Furies make him hit harder. The armor ups make you do less damage. So ideal to push him to special 2, and then just smash. So we smash him out. It wasn't that big of a deal. Got some fairly standard boosts. I didn't use any gray boosts or anything. And then my last fight, I was really looking forward to this one. So we got a Mysterio and Polka Dot power. So you're only going to gain power if you are if you have a damage over time debuff, and then the stunning reflection. The stun shield will get taken down by either a poison or an incinerate. So poison, it's not going to happen. Mysterio is poison immune unless you armor break him, which we cannot do. But we can light this dude up with the bat. So we're going to hit into the block. We got invuln boost on just in case, like, we parry and we accidentally stun while the stun shield is up, which it is currently. We're going to hit into the block, build up those bat charges. Boom, bat is lit. Now we're just going to bait some heavies, and we're just going to do a couple hits and then try to get off a parry and then heavy, because we get a lot of extra damage while under the stun. His heavy animation is a little bit slow. I think I'm only getting like 1 hit under the stun with that extra stun vulnerability. But Yeah, it is what it is. So there we go. We get almost the bat lit again from that heavy with him being incinerated. And he's going to throw his special too. That's fine. If he backs up, we could hit into his block there. We do it here. Bat is lit. We don't have any incinerates on him, but that did like 60k something damage. Just hitting it into the block. We get him an incinerate in before the bat came off, and stun shield down, Mysterio down. 23 hits. Pretty solid option for that fight. A lot of fun. And then last up, I'm going to showcase our boss. We had a Scorpion boss, which we have not seen, and Char, who is new to our battle group. Super happy to have him in our BG2. I basically, hey Char, what do you think? Do you think you want to do this fight? Because he basically had three options. He could use his She-Hulk that he had on his team for his pass, which I think is a valid option to use. Or I said you can either bring Magneto, because Scorpion's metal, and you can just basically get to special 3 and then nuke him down. Although the countering for like getting in your heavies is a little bit more tricky. Or you could use your Black Cat. Your Black Cat is a valid option for that Scorpion, right? And he's like, oh yeah, I can. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna practice and do it with Black Cat. So you can see the special 2 damage and the bleed damage is nuts. I don't really know anything about how Black Cat works. I know she has like her cards and stuff, but he's doing really well. And then here at the very end, he has his little Scorpion sense up, and the card wasn't on her or whatever to bypass that. 4% left, and he failed. So we ended up with 5 deaths in our battle group. They died 4 times, so we did not win that, but we did win the war. There were a lot of deaths on everywhere. I mean, 12 to 10, definitely not a clean war, but mistakes were made, I think, on both sides, and we just made a few less. So we did come out victors. Good job to SSx. Good luck for the rest of the season. So that was our first win, 1-1 on the season. And yeah, I mean, it's about where we want to be, and where we don't want to have a loss. But if we can win some tough wars, and this is a tough alliance, then we can come out top. As far as my stats go, 8 fights, 8 kills, 1 lousy, stinking, crappy death, and that was all on me. Although I felt like I dexed, I'm not gonna blame it on the inputs, but I felt like I did it, but it just didn't register. 13 fights on the season, 13 kills, and the 1 death. So I'm not sure where we're ranked yet, but here's my items. I had to boost 3 times, which is generally more than I would like to do, but because of the holiday weekend and just availability of everybody, it just didn't work out to where it can coordinate, more boosted, longer runs. But there's all my item use for the season, for the war and the season totaled up. And I added 5 fights to Thing, first 2 fights to Massacre, and 1 fight for Nebula. And that Apoc, that one's going to haunt me for a long time. But yeah, Peni fight was really cool. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.